Hey, what's up guys, Underpaired here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a 134 to 5 with a DNA bomb. I'm also going to be playing some 6v6 domination in this game as well. Going to be playing on the map Solar. The gun I'm going to be using in this gameplay, guys, is going to be the AE4 Gigawatt, and this is actually a really good gun. I'm going to be using it with the red dot and the stock. The red dot just because the iron sight on this gun is actually really ugly. It's actually different to the original AE4, but I would definitely recommend using the red dot on this. Using stock just for the extra mobility. The damage stats on this gun actually does get an increase. It gets +1 damage, +2 mobility, -2 handling, and -1 range. And -1 range can be a little bit of a big deal on some guns, but I do find on this gun it actually doesn't make too much of a difference. I find the Gigawatt melts people quicker than the standard AE4 variant. The perk setup I'm going to be using in this video, guys, is going to be low profile, blind eye, and hardline. And the reason why I'm not using scavenger is just because this gun is actually a laser gun and it doesn't need any bullets. So basically you shoot and it basically recharges, so there's no need for the perk scavenger. So I find you can use a perk which will benefit your playing style a little bit more. You can maybe use hardwired, blast suppressor, toughness, but in my personal opinion I'm going to use hardline just because I'm playing 6v6 and there's only 6 guys on the enemy team and I want to get my kill streaks as fast as possible to maximize the amount of kills I'm going to get in the game. I'm also going to be using exo overclock in this game as well, guys, and the reason why I'm using that is just so I can, help me win a few more gunfights, maybe get to the end of the map a little bit quicker. I'm going to be using the frag grenade as well, but I don't think I get any kills with it. The frag grenade can be kind of useful on the map comeback if the enemies are spawning in the B area. Kill streak setup I'm going to be using is the UAV with the threat detection, and because I'm using hardline, every single kill streak here is going to be 100 points left, so it's only going to be 600 points. So think of it, guys, you start off the game, you can capture the first flag, capture the B flag, and then you can pick off some kills and you can pick up your UAV very easily. I'm going to be using the bombing run, and because I'm playing 6v6, guys, I'm not going to use the dual bomber just because it isn't worth the 1000 plus points, because like I said, I want to maximize my kills, get as much as possible, and I want to get my kill streaks as easily as possible too. So I'm going to be using the bombing run, completely standard. Going to be using the aerial assault drone with the AI control and the rockets, and of course I'm going to be using the warbird with defender and extra time. Now it's time to get into the main part of the video, and today's video is going to be what I dislike about Advanced Warfare. This is going to be a two-part little series I'm going to do. So obviously I need to tell you guys what I dislike, but also I need to tell you guys what I love about the game too. I'm not hating on the game whatsoever. I really do enjoy Advanced Warfare. There's just a few things on the game which I think can be slightly altered to make the game a little bit better. The number one thing I dislike about Advanced Warfare, guys, is going to have to be the system hack. This kill streak is so cheap, it is so overpowered, it is so easy to drop DNA bombs while using a system hack. I mean, it's just so much easier, especially if you're using disable exosuit and double extra time. They're going to be unable to double jump or dash for 40 seconds, what's going to be absolutely insane. That's why I always have a class with hardwired on, just in case I'm playing and the enemies kill my teammates a few times and call in the system hack. Instead of me being unable to move, I will switch to my hardwired class and then I'll be able to double jump and pick off the enemies unexpectedly. But the system hack's really bad. Really dislike this kill streak. Hope it doesn't come in the next Call of Duty game, just because it can disable you for 40 seconds, it blinds you, takes away your radar. Also, when you call in a bombing run, you're about to get a multi-kill, it's about to hit the map, they call in the system hack and it just disables it completely. Really dislike this kill streak, guys. My number two thing I dislike with Advanced Warfare is going to have to be the perk low profile, blind eye, and cold-blooded. You can use them all at the same time, because low profile is perk 1 and blind eye and cold-blooded is perk 2. In my personal opinion, they should migrate those into the same perk slot, because that would make the game a little bit more balanced, because then you can use all 3 stealth perks at once. You would only be able to use 2 at a time, which I think would be a little bit better. The next perk, which should be in a different class, is going to be hardwired, guys. It's in the perk 3 slot, which is a powerful perk slot. You got scavenger, toughness, blast suppressor, hardline. They're all really good perks. They all outclass hardwired most of the time. The only way hardwired works is when you're playing against a decent player and he's going to be dropping system hacks on you. So in my personal opinion, hardwired should be a perk 2, because then you'll be able to run hardwired more often, so you very rarely get system hacked, which is actually an overpowered kill streak, and then you'd be able to use more perks. Because in the perk 3 setup, most of you guys are going to run toughness, scavenger, and maybe blast. So very rarely people are going to run hardwired, so I think hardwired should get moved to a perk 2. I think that'd make the game a little bit more playable, and then more people would actually run the perk, and then the system hack will become less prevalent because a lot of people are immune to it. Next is going to have to be the kill streak, guys, and the paladin. It's the most expensive kill streak on the game. It's going to take you the most kills to get, especially if you do it up with sleight of hand and maybe add a rock. It could be around 1400 points to get, and it's certainly not worth it. Of course, you can get a lot of kills with it, just like any kill streak in the right lobby, but I find the paladin is really underpowered. I wish it'd be a little bit better, you know, because the enemies don't appear as a diamond straight away, and it takes a while to pick off the guys. Also, on a lot of maps, they're actually cluttered, so you can't even shoot them. That's why I always run the warbird myself, just because I don't have to control it. I can pick up a lot of gun kills when I actually do it, but in my personal opinion, paladin does need to be buffed just a little bit. And of course, the Vulcan, the laser score streak, actually just takes way too long to kill the enemies. I never use that kill streak personally myself, just because I can never kill anyone with it. If the enemy starts running and dash running, you cannot catch him because it is just way too slow. In my personal opinion, if they did buff the laser to make it move a little bit quicker, that kill streak would definitely be viable. Next is going to be the gun setup, and it's going to be for the submachine guns. I find that the SN6 is really not a very good gun. I've dropped 120s, 130 pluses with the SN6, and with the AR-9 as well. I've dropped many high scoring gameplays of that, which I'm actually going to be bringing you guys within the upcoming days. But I find those two guns just outclassed by the KF5, the MP11 Goliath, and of course the ASM1, especially the ASM1 Magnitude, which actually takes around 300 points to get. The next thing I actually dislike about the game is going to be the submachine gun balance. There is a lot of great submachine guns in this game, like the MP11, especially the MP11 Goliath. You've got the ASM1 with the Magnitude, which actually only takes 300 kills to get, so that's actually a really good variant to use. And then you've got the KF5, which is a pretty good gun as well. But then all those guns actually do outclass the SAC Freeze. I know those guns can kill you at close range pretty decently, but I don't find those guns are that good to use. But then it's going to be the AMR-9 and of course the SN6, and those two guns are very, very underpowered. I dropped 130 plus with the AMR-9 the other day, and I mean that gun was absolutely awful. It was taking bursts after bursts to kill people, and it was pretty sad. Like, if I was using a different gun in that lobby, I would have dropped 170 kills easy. That's how bad that gun is. And then of course there's going to be the SN6. I've dropped a bunch of good amount of kills with that gun as well, but I find it's really underpowered. I find the damage is not too good, and they really do need to buff those two guns. I know that they did actually bring out a submachine gun buff, but I still find those two guns are actually really underpowered. I actually haven't used the SN6 money with the +1 damage yet, but I hopefully will unlock that gun soon, so I'll let you guys know what I actually do think about it when I do unlock it. But those two standard variants are actually really, really bad, and they definitely do need a buff. But apart from that, gun balance in this game is pretty good. You've got a bunch of good assault rifles like the AK-12, you've got the ARX-160, the BAL. There's a lot of great guns to use, and you can also use a lot of variety in the game. I know that a lot of people do say that this game is BAL 27 Warfare, but there's a lot of great guns to use, and they're all pretty competitive. You've got great guns in this game. You can use the gun like the HBRA-3 Average Joe, which is only going to take 300 kills to get, and it's going to add +1 damage and +1 range, and it's going to be a 4-hit kill across the map, even with a suppressor. That gun's crazy. It can hang with the BAL. The ARX-160 is really good too. Maybe you can use the IMR with a red dot. There's a bunch of great guns to use in this game, and I would definitely recommend trying all the guns out. Try every gun on the game. Try out the snipers, the LMGs, especially the Ameli, the LMG. The gun is a 3 to a 5-hit kill with certain variants, and I mean it's absolutely crazy. You can melt people with that gun. It is amazing. The last thing I dislike about this game is going to be with the matchmaking itself. There can be 9 guys v 5 guys on a domination game on Ground War, which is pretty crazy. 9v5. People who have 5 people are going to be unable to kill because it's going to be such a disadvantage, going to be unable to capture flags. And then of course there's the argument where there's the 9 people against 5 people, and then there's no enemies to kill, because I play Ground War because I like to play against 9 people. I'd like to see all game modes on this game have 9v9. It'd be crazy, it'd be awesome. And then the next part I don't like is going to be the dashboarding. I was on 98 kills the other day. The game had 3 minutes left, and it was on the map recovery, which means we would have been playing in the second half of recovery, and I really do love that side. And I would have been able to pick up so many kills, because on the second half of that game you can pick up 20 kills a minute pretty easily. And then the host dashboarded and the game cancelled, and I didn't get to play the full duration of the game, which was pretty sad. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to be bringing you guys more videos, more commentaries, and telling you guys what I actually do like about the game in the next video. But anyway, thank you for watching guys, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.